Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews. Gonna take a look at something special from Quebec, something new from Unibroue. Gonna take a look at Unibroue's Lune de Miel, 8% ABV, Honeymoon, translated into English. It is a strong Belgian-style amber ale made with honey. The name, they said that this beer was inspired by the old ancient legend that the father of the bride would have to give the new son-in-law for a wedding gift a month's supply of mead, in hopes that, within the first moon they might, or first month that they might conceive the next generation. And that whole story, of course, goes into the name that we consider the after party for a wedding today. So Unibroue introduced this beer in December of 2016, so it's still fairly new, although it's almost a year since it came out, so it's not quite new. Says it's 22 IBU, Belgian-style amber ale, bottle re-fermented. I believe what they said is that they normally, what Unibroue does is it's just true Belgian style, so it's what they'll do is they'll spike it with sugar and cap it in the secondary fermentation in the bottle. However, in the case with this one, the second fermentation was they added honey instead of regular candy sugar. So it should be interesting. Otherwise, strong Belgian amber kind of makes me think of Unibroue's Maudit. So this beer, I got this out of a taster's pack, which I'm not sure if it's this season's or last season's. It's all Unibroue's products are all Belgian style, so I'm not worried about them going bad or anything. But it was weird. It's just all the other stores had the other taster's pack that had the Tout le Monde, the Ephemer Elderberry, and the Seigneural. And this one was like one store I found in St. John that had this beer and Trois Pistoles and a couple others in the taster's pack. So I know I sound like I'm blathering about something that doesn't make any sense these days, but I feel like this might be an old pack. But either way, it's great that I actually get to try this beer, because I love trying anything I can get my hands on with the Unibroue label. Anyway, looking at that, it's very orange. It's not like usually when I think about Unibroue's ambers, I think like that Maudit is a very strong red. This is actually kind of maybe a bit darker. It really pours and looks like Fin de Monde. Just maybe not as thick. It's still very hazy and you can't see through it, but it doesn't look as cloudy. Looks very nice. Big bright white head on the top, and I can smell some of it from here, and it smells very, very inviting. Oh yeah. Oh. And this comes with the whole thought that when they bottled this and they spiked it with the honey, that means that it wasn't, processed through the fermentation process, where a lot of the sugars, a lot of the flavors of the honey are still present in the beer, and it kind of shows because I'm getting a lot of honey off of this. A lot of wildflower honey. It's like you're standing in a field of lilacs. That's very floral and fragrant. Ooh, nice rich clover honey. And of course you're still getting the underlying fruits like the pear and the little hints like malt and caramel. Gosh, that's a really nice, that's a very unique smelling beer compared to what Unibroue normally makes. And it's that distinct note of like lilacs, or it's like standing in a field in the middle of the summer. Yeah, that's really nice. I love how floral that is, and the distinct floral, because it actually smells like a genuine pack of flowers. I'm gonna shut up and drink the beer. All right. Very smooth. Very creamy. The carbonation kind of puffs out the back, kind of making this thing feel light. But at the forward of the mouth, it's very juicy and very, not juicy in like the New England hop sense, but like very much like grape juice or some kind of fruit juice at the front. And a tad syrupy on the tip of the tongue. The flavors are caramel, honey, bit of coriander, almost like lavender, and those wildflower notes are coming into the taste. That's actually quite good and quite enjoyable. And of all the beers that I've ever had that really reminds me of, this reminds me of the Garrison Honey Lavender. Like almost spot on, except for I think this is much better. Especially considering I think that one I had was maybe a little off, but geez, I'm trying to remember a beer I had like 6 years ago. Oh wow, that is tasty. Oh, very enjoyable. And I'm not drinking this ice cold either, so I'm not like getting like, yes, there is bits of sediment and bits of yeast in it, but I'm not getting that distinctly like bready, that tangy kind of like yeast taste that you would normally get out of one of these Unibroue beers. And when it's warmed up, I'm probably having this about, oh shoot, it doesn't say the serving temperature on the back, but I think I'm having this at about 10 degrees because it was just pulled out of a cellar. Oh man, and more present than even the honey. I'm getting that floral. It's a bit like blueberry, but it's more like lavender or lilac. It's just very floral flavor, which might turn some people off, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this. That's nice. I'll give that a 4.25 out of 5. I'm really enjoying this from Unibroue. I'm glad I got a chance to try this. I would have been sad to miss it if I'd really known about it. Yeah, it just says specialty brew on the front of the bottle. Yeah. I don't know if you see it out there. They introduced this as like a limited release, so I don't know how often they're going to brew this, but they really do think that they should make this again and again because it's actually pretty decent quality, and it just goes to show that beer breweries change over time, and maybe some of the regular items like Finemon and excuse me, Blanche de Chamblay aren't quite the same as they were years ago. But overall, for a brewery that's kind of a crafty brewery that's owned by Sapporo, ultimately, they've left them, quality-wise, largely alone. I generally like Unibroue, so I thoroughly recommend this. So yeah, seek it out if you see it around. Unibroue's Lune de Miel, the honeymoon beer. Hopefully the honeymoon doesn't end too soon with this one. Cheers. Talk to you soon. Bye.